Afternoon VC. Been a minute. Been out of town, been also under the weather quite a bit. The cherry blossoms were out in full bloom up in Asheville. And then the pollen here in Charlotte is off the chain. My green trash can is now yellow. My car is caked with it, and it is destroying my sinuses. So I'll do my best to get through this video. I've already had to stop a couple times. But there have been some records that have come in. Not a whole lot of stuff here, but I'll try to remember to show everything I picked up. Permanent Records. I hadn't gotten a record from them in a while, and this one popped up on their Insta. I've been looking for this record for about 5 years. A real big one in the Blue Note catalog. Andrew Hill, Smokestack. This is on the Connoisseur series, a nice little audiophile series. Heavy duty vinyl. This sounds really good, and this is a hell of an avant affair from Andrew Hill here, with 2 bass players and a drummer. So Richard Davis and Eddie Kahn on bass, and Roy Haynes on the drums. So it's heavy avant. Some of Andrew's most provocative stuff, an essential record. Andrew Hill, Smokestack. This was a 1995 press, stereo press. I'm sure this is what, recorded in 63, so probably released in 64. Don't hold me to that, but yeah, that's 64, 63, great time period for that avant bop stuff. Next, got a couple of heavy pieces here as far as my record collection goes and my music tastes go. Yeah, very, very, very stoked to have these records finally. One that's, after picking up the Pupils, this one's probably the record I've been looking for the longest in my life. I've had the CD since it came out because I heard this band on a snowboard video in college in like 1993 or 94, probably 1994. And I wrote down every band in that video and started seeking out anything I could find by them by going to record stores, because there was no Discogs, there was no buying shit on the internet in 94, at least for me. So I think I probably found this, God, I don't know, maybe in Buffalo at the Galleria Mall, the mall that's sinking into the earth an inch every year because it's built on a landfill. But yeah, Fudge Tunnel, The Complicated Futility of Ignorance. This band is from Nottingham in the UK. And I really don't think there's a lot of stuff like this that I've heard out of the UK. It's not the first band that comes to mind when you think of music from England. You think of the Beatles, you think of Radiohead, you think of something else other than Fudge Tunnel. But goddamn, this is one of the best records ever for me. Brilliant heaviness, sludgy metal, great songs, just heavy, dirty vocals. The first 2 songs are amazing, Random Acts of Cruelty and The Joy of Irony. But Cover Up, track 4, is kind of like a heavy helmet, heavy sludgier helmet song. Yeah, 1994. So I had the CD since back then. And a lot of people will say that know this band, that Creep Diets or Hate Songs in E Minor are better records from them. I think this is the pinnacle of their work and a masterpiece of the highest order as far as heavy music goes. And I finally found the record. Facebook. On Saturday mornings, about 9 a.m., Graveface Records in Savannah posts what they're going to put out at 10 a.m. when they open. And there was the record. I've been looking for it for 20-some years. In the bin, looking minty. I called right at 10 a.m. and And I've had good luck when I've called them before and gotten records shipped to me for $5, no problem. This time, the guy said, well, I'll have to get back to you. There is a pretty good line here. And of course, like with Noble Records or anywhere, you know, locals, first dibs. So I'm thinking, man, who's even going to know this record? It's from 1994. And it's heavy craziness out of the UK. But it does have a very cool cover. And sure enough, an hour goes by and I don't hear nothing back because the guy was going to call me back. I told him I've been looking for it for 20-some years. So I call the shop back. It's like, man, sorry, it's sold. I was like, just tell me that whoever bought it didn't just buy it for the cover. They knew what they were getting. He's like, yeah, they knew the record. I was like, okay. So that got the wheels turning. I was like, I gotta find this record. And there's only ever been one copy in the U.S. online, ever. It's way overpriced. So I just had never pulled the trigger on it. And then all the other copies are overseas. And usually in condition not worthy of getting shipped all the way from overseas here. Well, there was one on there for a steal. I mean, I think they want a couple $100, maybe $300 even for the copy in the U.S. And so this was like €50, and it's mint, and it came from Germany, and arrived mint. Complicated futility of ignorance. The Wax. Yeah, yeah. Other than the Pupils, which was the record it took me the longest to find, this was the second longest it took me ever to find a record. Right here, 20-some years. I finally have it, and it sounds killer. It is a dead mint record. I'll show you the LP. Nice anti-static sleeve. Nothing too crazy with the labels there, but looks just like the CD. Very pleased to have this heavy masterpiece on the shelf finally. All right, next up, the heaviest piece now in this house. Facebook. There's a couple record stores in Sweden I follow on there. This one I think came from Top 5 in Sweden, Stockholm, I believe. And back in the day in London, in England, they imported a bunch of El Saturn titles out of Philadelphia from Sun Ra. This being one of them. So this copy actually at some point was in England. Somehow made its way to Sweden, and now it's back here in the States with me. And it is Sun Ra and his orchestra, The Sound Mirror from 1978. Original on El Saturn. This is extremely difficult to find. And the pinnacle of Sun Ra for me. I have a lot of the important Sun Ra pieces, originals. This is the most important to me because this is a live performance in Philadelphia in 1978, and it really covers all of the talents of Sun Ra and what the orchestra could do at the time. Side-long piece and then 2 tracks on side B. The side-long piece, unbelievable percussion and rhythm, great vocals, beautiful flutes. It's a diverse track, absolutely fantastic. Side B, the opening is unbelievably good. The sax playing is it's like the most beautiful Pharoah Sanders record you'd ever heard. That track is the best way I can describe it. Absolutely fantastic. Great piano playing from Sun Ra. Beautiful, like straight up piano. But it closes with the out of this world type stuff with Sun Ra with this kind of phaser thing, and where it gets out there exactly what you want from the orchestra. So it's got almost the evolution of Sun Ra all in one record in a live performance. And this is absolutely, yeah, the key piece, and it's here now. So a little bit shocked that popped up. It was just a small grip of El Saturns that they got a hold of, and I was able to get that one. So yeah, kind of feel like everything else is downhill from here, but we'll see what else we got here. This arrived. This was one that Sherv had shown a while back, and not easy to track down. It's a cheap record though, you know, less than 15 bucks, super cheap. Beyond Samandar, Music of Iran, the Tar, the Lyricord Records label, and this is an original. I can't remember what year this was put out, but just beautiful Iranian music. I love the sound of the tar. That's what it looks like right there. So yeah, man, this is an awesome listen. Anything I've picked up now in Lyricord has been a kind of a home run, so to speak. Next, I had a couple things I just ran in that I picked up online from Lunchbox. I haven't really gone in there and dug in a few weeks. I did grab this, and I spun this today, and this is absolutely great. Sonic Youth, In, Out, In. So it's just a collection of, like, God, I don't think there's that many tracks, maybe 5 tracks that are completely from the vaults that never got released from Sonic Youth. The first is an instrumental piece. It's just Sonic Youth groove. I mean, you know it's Sonic Youth when you hear it. It's repetitive, fantastic groove. The first track. The second track is like this psychedelic stuff with some vocals, but Sonic Youth style. And then the last track is a heavier Sonic Youth rocker. On side 1. Side 2, add Jim O'Rourke into the mix, and you get the crazy noise that they did with him. So this is really diverse. Side B is definitely not for everyone. I used to have those Jim O'Rourke, Thurston Moore CDs, and I sold them because at the time when they came out, it was a little bit too much for me. Now that I've been into free jazz and I've been into electronic music and all this other crazy stuff, I can totally get into it now a lot more. I can appreciate what they're doing more, because my tastes have definitely changed over the years. This is a nice little record, and the mastering is fantastic. I mean, in the first track, it sounds like Sonic Youth is in the room with you. It's got a cool, you know, insert, kind of like a punk record insert with words, but information on each song. Carl Saff did the mastering, and hell of a job. And there's a couple different colors this comes in, but this was the I don't know, beige, or I don't know what color you call that. Nice labels, and it sounds incredible. So yeah. Now, I did notice in my headphones that I'm starting to get, my headphones are like 3 years old and they're cheap. I did notice they're starting to get crackly. So I traded them in, got some new headphones today, and played this record again, and I don't hear almost any of the issues. So I think it was the headphones. So hoping it's just headphones and not any of this stuff. But yeah, In, Out, In, Sonic Youth, just released. Really fucking good. And I also picked this up. I haven't even opened it yet. And there ain't no reason for me to open it yet because I don't even have a Blu-ray player, but it's like a Blu-ray from Tool, Opiate 2 or something. It's got a book. I don't even know. I have no idea what this is. This is reimagined and extended version of the Tool classic. So maybe it's the video for Opiate. I don't know. Maybe it's live stuff. I have no idea what this is. It just came out as limited. There's only 3 freaking copies when I ordered it, and it was cheap. So I'm sure I could resell it for $1,000 on eBay, because people are stupid when it comes to the Tool stuff. Next, I'll show you what I brought back from Ash Vegas. Went up there to see Melvins, and opening band was Corrosion of Conformity from Raleigh here in North Carolina. You know, old school kind of southern rock heaviness. And then Melvins were second, and then Ministry was the closer. And I'd never seen Ministry. It was crazy because they came out with the full fence in front of them. I guess that's something they do. But it was a great show, sold out. When we sat down to eat at Wicked Weed before the show, Buzz from Melvins walked right by us. He always seems to run into us when we're out to go see Melvins. Like a couple times to see him at Visualite here in Charlotte. We've been in Viva Chicken next door, and he's been in there getting Viva Chicken. But yeah, really, that's one of the, I've seen the Melvins probably 7 times now or so, and it's up there as one of the best performances I've ever seen from them. They absolutely crushed it. Corrosion of Conformity was good. They had probably 2 songs I dug. The last song, which was, I guess, one of their more famous songs, was really good, and another one. But Ministry played for a while. They played like an hour and a half. They were pretty good. They have a new record, and their 2 new songs they played at the end were probably my favorite of the night. And then they did a Iggy Pop cover to close. They did Search and Destroy. Not a great version of it, but a fun version of it. But yeah, and I did get this from Ministry. I got the Remo drum head, and it's autographed by all 6 members of Ministry. So that is one hell of a cool souvenir from the show. And my friend Jason was up front during Ministry and caught a drumstick from the drummer. So there you go. I've already got that. That's a nice spot to hang up here in the house. And so yeah, so it was a good time. And then the next day we hit up Dumpling House for lunch. Holy shit, was that good. And then hit up a couple record stores that are right there, walking distance. I wanted to go to Harvest, but it wasn't in the cards. That's where all the good used records are in Asheville. These 2 shops are mostly, they have used records, but they're mostly where you go for new records. So Voltage and Static Age. So in Voltage, I picked up Unsane, Improvised Munitions and Demo. I almost picked this up in Los Angeles when I was out there with Sherv and Alex and Jim. And so I'd held off. It was a lot cheaper in Asheville. This was under 20. This is early shit from Unsane. From like, the demos are from 88. But Unsane, great New York, heavy, I don't know, dirty guitars, dirty vocals. Chris Spencer's the fucking man on guitar and vocal. A band that I have not seen yet live, and I missed them once when they came down. They were in Chapel Hill at Local 506. I goddamn missed that show. I hate I missed it. I will see them at some point. Killer band. And then I also picked this up. I was thinking I might not have this, but I thought I might. But the thing that threw me off is a different cover and a different title. So it's Sun Ra Outer Spaceways Incorporated. So it has this cool cover. But and it's recorded in 1968. But I already have this record. It's a different title. It's on Black Lion, and the track listing is completely reversed on the original. So side 2 Saturn, Song of the Spare, and Spontaneous Simplicity are side 1 on the original, and then Somewhere There and Outer Spaceways Incorporated is side 2 on the original. And this is remastered by, I think, ORG Music. So it sounds good. And this is good Sun Ra stuff. But yeah, I got a hype sticker here. Let's see where this says. Pressed at Palace, remastered on vinyl for the first time in over 3 decades. So, but yeah, I already have the music, just in a different, I don't know, it's just reversed. So I'm gonna hold on to it just because it is kind of, I don't know why it came out like that, but there it is. It was cheap. And then let's see, that was all I picked up at Voltage. They had a couple cool records on the wall, but both were $300. They had a German Embryo record, I think was what it was, on Ore, like original Dead Mint, everything with it. And then they had, I think it was a David Axelrod OG, I think it was Songs of Experience, Dead Mint, they were both $300, which was ridiculous, but so they stayed there. So they did have a few used things in there, but then snuck into Static Age, and you know, been sticking with kind of Sun Ra theme going in this video, so I picked up a few more Sun Ra records. These are reissues. This was one I meant to pick up at Lunchbox and just forgot. Sun Ra Disco 3000. Art Yard does a great job with a lot of these Sun Ra reissues, and this is a scaled down group for Sun Ra with just John Gilmore on tenor, Michael Ray on trumpet, and Lukman Ali on drums. Yeah, and this is Sun Ra on, he plays a wide variety of stuff on this, the piano, organ, the Moog. Love Sun Ra and the Moog on this, and the Rhythm Machine. This is later 70s, really good time period for Sun Ra. A lot of this stuff is not more accessible, but not as crazy. This one's a great one. Yeah. This was reissued in 2018 on Art Yard. Love that cover. That's a really great cover. And I've missed out on El Saturns on that so many times that a cheap reissue is just fine. And then this one, not my favorite Sun Ra record, but I love this cover, and it is Pharoah Sanders. So yeah, this is Sun Ra and his orchestra featuring Pharoah Sanders and Black Harold on the drums. Very small group, recorded back in I think '64 at Judson Hall, the legendary Judson Hall in New York City, where a lot of different guys got together. I mean, it was very important in the ESP disc world, Judson Hall back in that time, where these guys could do their thing. There weren't a lot of places where you could do your thing back then in the avant, free jazz craziness that was going on in New York City, and this was one of the places. Superior Viaduct did a great job on this reissue. Recorded in '64, but was never originally released on El Saturn until '76. So it kind of was one that had even passed by the Sun Ra camp for a while, but yeah, originals on this are insanely priced. So again, a nice cheap reissue, and Superior Viaduct does a great job. But this one, it can be abrasive. Pharoah is a little bit gets out there on that one. Sun Ra as well. Last but not least, one of the musicians that passed away recently, Mark Lanigan. Another record of his that I picked up, I'll Take Care of You, on Sub Pop from '99. And I haven't spun this yet. I'm sure it's going to be great. It's one I've not heard from Mark Lanigan, but his solo stuff is phenomenal. So that's what I got. I hope you're all well. My throat is getting crazy again. Goddamn pollen. Peace.